Why did Jungkook, a BTS member known for strictly observing security and protocol, make a visit to Jimin without any official escort? What made JIN, the oldest BTS member and a highly respected figure within the group, finally speak out about such a shocking action? JIN's statement surprised many, especially ARMY, who have long believed that the members of BTS always carry out their activities under tight procedures and high-level coordination. But the reality on the ground presents a narrative far more complex and emotional than anyone had imagined. The issue surrounding Jungkook's sudden visit to Jimin, conducted without military security or escort from the agency, created an extraordinary stir among the public. In the world of South Korean celebrities, especially for an idol of Jungkook's caliber with extremely high public status, an unescorted visit is not only unusual, it's nearly impossible. So it's no surprise that when JIN finally gave his personal comment regarding the emotional moment that occurred at the military gate between Jungkook and Jimin, it immediately drew sharp attention from various media and international fans. Through internal communication channels later leaked by several South Korean media outlets, JIN expressed his concern and admiration for Jungkook's bravery. In his statement, JIN said that Jungkook's decision to visit Jimin without official accompaniment was a deep emotional gesture, but also an extremely risky move. I know why he did it, but I'm also worried. It's not easy for anyone to take that step in a military environment, said JIN. Furthermore, JIN also hinted that Jungkook's action was an emotional solidarity toward Jimin, who, according to internal information, was in a very fragile mental state. Although he did not specify further, JIN stated that there are things that can't be shared with the public, and only we truly know the situation. That sentence sparked major speculation. Is it true that there is internal pressure within the military affecting Jimin's mental health? Was Jungkook's arrival a form of personal emotional intervention because management was late in recognizing the situation? This situation then led to a broad discourse among military analysts, entertainment media, and psychology communities highlighting the importance of social support in the highly rigid military environment. Jungkook's bravery in coming without formal procedures, which technically could have posed risks to his own status, was met with both appreciation and criticism. But for JIN, who had already completed his mandatory military service, the act reflected a bond among BTS members that transcends merely being co-workers or entertainment industry partners. It showed a family that protects one another even in the toughest conditions. What actually drove Jungkook to act so drastically? According to a trusted source in the South Korean entertainment industry who requested anonymity, Jungkook had long shown concern for Jimin's condition after receiving several informal reports from staff and fellow soldiers. Jungkook was said to be deeply troubled by these reports and decided to take direct action, bypassing agency or military bureaucracy. That action, while bold, became a concrete expression of the deep loyalty and care among BTS members. But what truly shocked the public was JIN's revelation that Big Hit management was not fully aware of the visit. In part of his statement, JIN said that he only found out about the visit after the media began widely reporting the emotional hug between Jungkook and Jimin at the military gate. I immediately contacted management. I wanted to make sure everything was safe. But I also know Jungkook's heart can't be stopped when it comes to people he loves, JIN said. This clearly indicates that communication between BTS members and their agency might not be as tight as the public has assumed. This phenomenon opened up a broader discussion on how South Korea's military system handles public figures, especially those under immense psychological burden from constant media and fan attention. When a figure like Jimin cries out loud in public, it is not just a personal moment, but a warning signal indicating immense pressure. And when Jungkook, who is supposed to comply with the system, chooses to defy protocol to visit his friend, it signifies that the system may no longer be sufficient to address the emotional needs of celebrity soldiers. Now that JIN has spoken, public pressure on the agency and military authorities is mounting. Many demand clarification on the security procedures that should have been in place in such a situation. The agency itself has yet to provide an official statement that details the chronology of Jungkook's visit and the security responsibilities that should have applied to him. In such a situation, silence is not an answer. JIN, as a voice deeply respected by the public and media, has opened the door to a much larger conversation. His diplomatic yet honest remarks show that behind the public smiles, There are complex emotional and psychological dynamics among BTS members. And when Jin said, "We save each other in ways the world will never know," that line becomes a strong warning that what appears on the surface is often only a glimpse of the deeper, underlying issues. ARMY now waits for clarity, not only regarding Jimin's condition, but also the concrete steps the agency will take to prevent similar incidents in the future. In an industry so massive and structured, humanity and empathy must not fall victim to procedure and protocol. Jungkook's visit to Jimin and Jin's courage to speak have proven that emotional bonds are far stronger than contractual obligations or global fame. Now one critical question hangs in the air. Is the entertainment world, the agency, and the military institution truly ready to listen to what their idols are silently screaming? Or will we continue to see them merely as entertainment products who must always appear strong, with no room to show vulnerability? However, in responding to this incident, a crucial question must be asked. Did Jungkook's visit to Jimin without security truly happen? Or was it merely a constructed narrative deliberately shaped to create a dramatic effect in the public eye? Was Jimin's crying truly a reflection of an authentic emotional crisis, or just a moment repackaged by social media for the sake of virality? We need to dig deeper. To what extent can we trust narratives that emerge from TikTok clips, Twitter posts, or lengthy YouTube speculations without official verification from the concerned parties? Are we witnessing a genuine emotional reality, or are we being led into a whirlpool of sensationalism driven by digital media algorithms? And furthermore, who truly benefits when such narratives are widely circulated without clarity? In an era of fast-moving and not always accurate information, the public holds a significant responsibility to approach every piece of news with healthy skepticism. Not everything that touches the heart is the truth. Not everything that goes viral is factual. So we invite you, the readers and observers, to reflect and discuss. Does this news represent a reality that deserves empathetic response, or merely emotional manipulation wrapped in a dramatic package? It is important to emphasize that the information in this article comes from various channels, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and other online media, which indeed reflect public voices, but are not necessarily factually valid. The truth behind this incident still requires confirmation from official sources. Therefore, let us be wise and critical. Do not rush to take sides or spread it. Instead, let us treat every narrative as a door for reflection. Is this fact, or merely part of a collective illusion continuously produced for the spotlight? Thank you for reading. Now it is your turn to judge and ask, is this real, or just another story crafted for the world's attention?